Welcome back, basketball fans, to another massive update right here on the channel. Today we need to have a very serious conversation about the Boston Celtics and a recent trend that is starting to raise some major red flags as we get closer and closer to the most important part of the basketball calendar. When the front office made the blockbuster move to bring in a veteran center to bolster the front court rotation, the entire fan base was incredibly excited about the possibilities. Adding a player with that level of pedigree seemed like the ultimate luxury move for a team already built for a deep playoff run. We are now exactly 11 games into the Nikola Vucevic era in Boston, and if we had to choose one specific word to describe the overall returns so far, that word would probably be satisfactory. Now, satisfactory is not necessarily a bad thing at all. He has not been putting up those massive 20-point and 10-rebound monster double-doubles that he used to drop on a nightly basis back in his prime days playing in Orlando and Chicago, but his sheer presence has absolutely been felt across the roster. His gravity as a legitimate post scorer, his underrated vision as a passer, and his solid positioning as a rebounder have truly helped the Boston second unit thrive whenever he steps onto the hardwood. He gives the bench a reliable hub to operate through, and that is exactly what the coaching staff envisioned when they acquired him mid-season. But we have to be completely honest with ourselves here today, because satisfactory is very far from being synonymous with perfect. Funny enough, when the trade was first announced, the biggest concern among analysts and fans was regarding his defensive mobility. People worried he would be targeted endlessly in pick-and-roll situations, and while that defensive vulnerability has certainly reared its ugly head a few times, it actually has not been that detrimental to the Celtics as an overall team. The defensive schemes have largely protected him, and the perimeter defenders have done a great job of fighting over screens to help him out. However, something else has caught the eye of the coaching staff and the fans, and it is honestly much more concerning for their championship aspirations. Vucevic has effectively completely disappeared against the three absolute best opponents that Boston has faced since the trade deadline passed. The Celtics are not counting on Vucevic to be the primary offensive engine nearly as much as the Magic and the Bulls needed him to be, but against tough elite opponents, they at the very least want to see him hold his own and contribute meaningful, productive minutes. Unfortunately, against the three toughest teams they have gone up against since acquiring him, which are the New York Knicks, the Denver Nuggets, and the Charlotte Hornets, he has flat out failed to do that. He is absolutely not the sole primary reason why they lost those specific games, but the Boston front office and the coaching staff likely expected significantly better production from a veteran of his caliber in high-stakes environments. His current struggles absolutely should not go unnoticed, because they could be a scary preview of what might happen in a hostile playoff environment when the pressure is maximized. Not only have the Celtics lost their absolute hardest game since trading for him, but in 3 of their absolute worst losses since the deadline, his individual numbers have been extremely unimpressive, to say the least. Let us take a deep dive into the actual statistics, because the numbers from the two-time All-Star paint a very concerning picture that we cannot simply ignore. Against the physical New York Knicks, he managed to score only 11 points and grab just 6 rebounds while shooting a poor 5 for 13 from the floor, including an abysmal 1 for 6 from beyond the three-point arc. Things got even worse against the defending champion Denver Nuggets, where he completely vanished offensively, scoring a grand total of 2 points. He grabbed 8 rebounds but shot an unacceptable 1 for 7 from the field and missed all 4 of his attempts from distance. Then against the Charlotte Hornets, he put up a mere 7 points and 4 rebounds, shooting a dreadful 2 for 10 overall and making just 1 of his 3 attempts from deep. Now, you might be sitting there thinking that the Knicks and Nuggets obviously have inarguably better overall records than the Hornets, but unless you have been living under a massive rock since the start of the calendar year, you should know exactly how incredibly good and dangerous the Hornets have been playing lately. They are a legitimate threat, and Vucevic completely shrunk against their length and athleticism on both ends of the floor. Regardless of the opponent, this is a deeply troubling trend that needs to be addressed immediately by the coaching staff. Again, nobody in the Boston organization is asking Vucevic to be the exact same dominant focal point he was at his last 2 career stops. He was brought in specifically as a high-level reinforcement to stabilize the Boston front court and provide valuable insurance. He has absolutely done just that against the lower tier and middle-of-the-pack teams in the league, but he has completely failed to step up against their stiffest and most dangerous competition. In that specific context, he has been playing so poorly offensively that you would have sworn he was doing a terrible Miles Turner impression out there, just floating around the perimeter and missing shots without making an impact inside. Having Vucevic play this badly against the absolute best competition the Celtics have faced is a glaringly bad sign for everyone involved, especially when you look ahead to when the playoffs finally come around. In the postseason, the game slows down, the physicality ramps up drastically, and rotations shrink. Regardless of how minimized or specialized his role is supposed to be in this Boston system, they still desperately need and expect him to do his part in the absolute best way he possibly can. If he cannot hold his ground, hit open shots, and secure tough rebounds against elite playoff-caliber big men, it could spell massive trouble for their ultimate goal of raising another banner. Now, this upcoming stretch of games is going to be incredibly revealing, and it will absolutely put him to the ultimate test. Many loyal fans will be quick to defend him and point out that we are only talking about a 3-game sample size of bad performances against top teams, so he absolutely deserves the benefit of the doubt right now, and that is a very fair point to make. He really does not deserve all that much intense, heavy criticism when he is quite frankly still getting adjusted to a brand new playbook, brand new teammates, and a completely different organizational culture in a pressure cooker city like Boston. Luckily for him and for the team, he is going to get plenty of crucial opportunities to take more shots and prove himself against elite competition in no time at all. The schedule maker is not doing them any favors going forward. Boston will be going up against the Dallas Mavericks on Friday, whose season is already unfortunately going straight down the drain, but immediately after that highly winnable game, they are staring down the barrel of a brutal stretch. They will be going up against an absolute buzzsaw of a schedule, facing off against the formidable Cleveland Cavaliers, the rising San Antonio Spurs, and the powerhouse Oklahoma City Thunder. That is a gauntlet of elite talent and physical front courts that will demand his absolute best effort. Superstar forward Jason Tatum might actually be coming back to the active lineup before or right in the middle of that difficult stretch of games, but regardless of whether Tatum is on the floor scoring 30 points or if he is still recovering in street clothes, Vucevic is going to get the ultimate chance to prove exactly how valuable he can truly be against the absolute best of the best in this league. If he can somehow find his rhythm break completely out of this current shooting funk and start dominating the glass the way we all know he is capable of doing, then the entire city of Boston and the coaching staff will have to feel even better and much more confident about their realistic chances of going on a deep and dominant playoff run towards a championship. The talent is obviously there, the opportunity is right in front of him, and now it is simply time for him to step up and deliver when the lights are at their absolute brightest. Thank you all so much for tuning in and listening to this deep dive into the Celtics front court situation. If you enjoyed this detailed breakdown and you want to see even more content just like this, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel right now. Make sure you smash that like button to help push this video out to more fans, and absolutely activate that notification bell so you never miss an upload when news breaks. Your support truly means the world to this channel and helps us grow every single day. Also, if you want to help support the creation of these videos directly and get some cool perks, please consider becoming a channel member by clicking the join button down below. It helps out a ton and keeps the content flowing. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.